Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Hope I'm just live. I think I am. Yep. If you can see me, just give me a thumbs up or a wave so that I know you're here. And everything looks good here. Okay. Hi Jane, how are you? Thanks for letting me know you're here. I'm never quite sure if there's anybody there or not, or if I'm actually live, but we're here. So it was so nice to craft with you at the weekend, Jane, and to do Christmas cards. Yeah, I'm good. So it's lovely and sunny here. I'm sorry we had to leave early because of your dreadful rain showers, but I did have a lovely afternoon crafting. Oh, good. I'm glad you're well. Okay, I'm just moving my screen just a tiny bit. There we go. Now I can see better. Okay, so tonight, because hi Laurie, nice to see you. I've been at work a lot of the time today, so I didn't have time to make sort of the card project that I wanted to. So what I did this morning before I went to work was I took out this design, which I think it's a really simple design, uses only small pieces of designer series paper. So often I can use my scraps to make these. You don't even have to have them all the same. And oh look, there's my notes inside. So original sizes were from Teresa McEntee, who's a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I know she's in North America, but I don't quite know where. But these were the original sizes that I made, and I made this quite a while ago, just as my template. And this little piece, what's this? Oh, it shows me the sizings as we've got them there. So, hi Gail, nice to see you. Yeah, it was a lovely crafting afternoon. I had such a fun. And the time went so fast, I couldn't believe it when it was 3 hours up. So I really did have fun crafting with everybody. So today's card is going to be this little layout. And this one is on soft sea foam. And this is one of the in colour 6x6 packs when it was soft sea foam. So must be about 18 months ago. I'm not quite sure. I do have this time the in colours in these. And let me just show you how they change them, because they are in the catalogue every year, but what they do is they change the patterns. So and these ones you can see it's stripes and dots, and I think on the other side it'll be like a wider stripe and a bigger dot. And this time, oh well actually I've got them, just let me get them out, it's maybe easier to see. They've got little flowers. They've got these kind of stripes on the one side. Let me find the other one. And they've got, they're not quite dots, look. They're like little hexagons and a little plaid side. So these, because you get 6x6 and you get sort of 4 designs, it's always quite fun to mix and match these. But today I'm going to mix and match some of our bigger paper. And I'll pop this to one side. Oh, I just turned off comments by accident. Sorry ladies, there it is, it's back on again. And I'm going to use things that were on my desk from all of the month of July. Things that I've made an extra bit of and I've put in the box, or they were actually literally on my desk. I've got little bits and pieces inside here. So I've got sort of little cutouts, little labels, some from when I was designing the Christmas class, oh, little flowers from last week, and the little frames that go with them. So you get the idea. I've got just lots of bits and pieces, little die cut pieces, embossed pieces. some of the pearls and jewels that I've used and other bits that are in my box. So that's what I'm going to use. It's a real bits and pieces, use it up kind of session. So first, I'm going to choose my papers. Now, in here from last week, I've actually, why don't I just use that piece that I cut last week, and then when I scored it, do you remember I scored it too heavily and I cut through it? So I've already got those bits. I've used some of the bits on something else, and I've got this paper. I've got the piece of green from the book fold card that we made, but actually I'm going to go with this. This is the rich raspberry. It's not blackberry bliss, it's rich raspberry. Okay, and then here's the little flowers that I was playing with, trying to find out which colours I liked. So, and we had one of those flowers. Let me just, okay, so we have one of these flowers already, and it's stamped, and I've got the little frame for it. So I'm going to take those pieces out, because I know I'm definitely using those. But it is pretty much crafting on the fly, and I don't quite know the pieces that I'm using. But that's okay, because that's always fun. Okay, so for my base for this card, I'm going to use basic thick Whisper White, and I always have a big pile of these all pre-cut, so I don't even have to cut anything. So this is going to be my base, and for my first layer, oh, let's move that little piece. For my first layer, I'm going to use this rich raspberry. Now, would you like me to write the sizes as I go along? Would that help anybody? Then at least you don't have to be writing them down. I will put more of the information onto my YouTube or onto my blog, but if I write down what we're doing. So I've got my base is 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored at 4.25. My first layer is going to be just 1/4 inch smaller, so it will be 5.25 by 4. Okay, and these are always in inches, so if I forget to put the little inch mark on, you know, just realise that I don't work in centimetres. Okay, Gail, so I'm writing them down, and I'm going to cut this because I think it's a 1/4 sheet of card. I'm going to cut it down to 5.25, and this side by 4. Okay, now I took that designer series paper out, and I've actually no idea if it goes with this, so I might need some other bits as well, but we'll see how we go. So next I'm going to cut my first design of DSP. I'm going to cut 2 pieces in this same paper. Okay, now let me see. If you're using a directional print, just remember when you cut it to have that direction going down. This card is going to be portrait, so we want the pattern running this way. There's no point cutting it and having it going, you know, upside down or back to front. So first DSP, I am going to cut at one piece at 1 3/8 by 2 1/4, and another piece is going to be 2 5/8 by 2 1/4. Okay, so I'll cut this one first. Let's move that one out of the way, and because I've got scraps, I might be able to get some of them out of these torn pieces. Yeah, the flowers go for sure, you're right. So I'm going with the flowers because I know that'll go nice on that rich raspberry. And we know the green went on it because we made something with the green last time. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so Let's see if this is actually wide enough. I need it to be 1 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, just a little bit to trim off. It's nice to be able to use up tiny little scraps though, and not have them go to waste. So 1 3/8 by 2 1/4. And I'm not worrying what part of the pattern I've got. Okay. Okay, so let's, yeah, that does go on there. Actually the back might too. Let's just see. Next piece I want in that same pattern, that's going to have to be this piece, is 2 5/8 by 2 1/4. Okay, so let me just see. 2 5/8 is the longer piece, so I'm going to trim it off at 2 1/4. There we go. Oh, I think my computer looked like it was frozen then. I'm not sure why. 2 1/4, and this is 2 and, oh, what did I cut that? 2 1/4. I might have cut it the wrong way. After all I said about having a direction. 2 5/8. Yeah, I did, because I think it goes that way. I'm going to go with the back. Let's pretend that I was always going to go with the back. So, oh dear, Diane. Okay, right, let's look. My next piece is a designer series paper. So the second DSP is going to be 1 3/8 again by 2 5/8 and 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so I'm using the green this time. Let's see what size this is. I'm going to do the 2 1/4 piece with it. Oh, actually, I could fit the 2 5/8 in, so let's do the 2 5/8. Let's do the bigger piece. So 2 5/8 by 1 and 2 5/8 by 1 3/8. 1 2 3. Okay, I'm going to move this piece out of the way. Actually, what I might do is just lay these on here as I cut them, so that I know these are the right pieces. Okay, now I need another piece of the green. That one won't be big enough. So let's cut this. It's going to be a 2 1/4 inch square. And 2 1/4. Put those pieces away. I'm not going to throw these away because I will use them maybe in a herringbone card or something. So I'm keeping those. Now let's put the trim, oops, out of the way. Okay, this is going to go here. Now let me just have a look. If I was to put those round, it's definitely the wrong way. Okay, I just hoped against hope that when I moved it, it would somehow magically be the right way around. Okay, so these are going to go on here. And you can see the 2 shorter pieces are at the top and the 2 slightly longer pieces are at the bottom. Just like this. And there's going to be a little border all the way around and that same little border in the middle. So let's get some glue. Excuse my reach. Oh, why has my live video ended? Jane, can you tell me if the video has ended? It's telling me that we've ended, but it still shows that my camera is recording. Okay, I didn't press anything, so I'm going to leave it as it is if you can still see it. No, you're still here? Okay. Well, I don't know what that is though. I don't know if perhaps it won't video all of it or something. But if you can still see me, I'm going to carry on. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this piece down. And with this pattern, it doesn't matter that there's no orientation. It's going to fit just fine. And then the green one. Like this. Yep, thanks Laurie for letting me know. On my screen it says this live video has ended. It will be available to watch on the timeline shortly. But as long as you can still see me, that's fine. My camera is, well, my phone is still recording. So, well, still streaming anyway. It might not be recording. There we go. Okay. So there's the same basic layout that we used here. But can you see how having different colours and different patterns really change the layout? Now for this, you don't have to do anything really fancy. I'm going to take out that circle that we made last week. I'm not going to glue it on, but remember this was on the card that we made last week. So you could just have, where's the sentiment for that? You could just have a circle. And the background's not fighting with the image or anything. You could put this down here. So you could do just a simple thing. You know, punch out a circle, put a little bit of ribbon, a bow or something, and that would be all done. Now ladies, you'll have to talk to me because I don't know that anybody's there. So I can see comments coming up, but because I can't see my screen on Facebook, I need to know that you're still there, so just talk to me. Okay. Now with this one, I could easily pop that on, but I want to use this little piece that we had. That's already inked and stamped with rich raspberry. I think it would be a little bit much. That's very pretty. That is very pretty on there, just like that. But let's do something a little bit more. This is the piece that came out of there. Let's just do this kind of an image. So I'm going to glue them together, but then I'll put that on dimensionals. Thanks Gail for letting me know. It's really strange when I can't see the screen move. Usually it moves a little bit as somebody comments, so I know to look for a comment, but because I can't see the screen, I'm not sure you're there. Tonight's colours are nice, yeah. I love that rich raspberry. And you know what? I don't use it often enough. I've got lots of it and I should use it. And let's find some scissors. And we'll pop some dimensionals across here. Hi Janet, nice to see you. I'm having a few technical problems. My computer's telling me that the live video has ended, but everybody's assuring me that I'm still here. So I'm hoping we don't just disappear. I know lots of my demonstrator friends, they're all having problems with this new Facebook. I don't know. Just have to wait till the glitches are sorted out, I think. Okay. Now before I stick that down, actually I just want to see what that other piece of paper would look like. I know, like the ones that I cut wrong. Let's just see. I know this is a bit too long. Oh, that would have looked really pretty, look. Yeah, it wouldn't have been too much either, would it? Okay, so I could have used that side, but of course I cut that piece wrong, so and I'm not going to use that frame. I'm just going to use this piece. Pop that on there, and then I think I saw some of the little pieces in here that said, okay, thank you there, and another one. Just thank you as well. Oh, I don't need a sentiment though, do I? Because it's already on there. It already has a sentiment. Okay, so what shall we put on? Has to come out of my box. So I might just put little ribbon, and let's just put some basic rhinestones. Right, excuse me again, reaching over. Let's pop these on. Pop these down here. I forgot that had a sentiment on. I think there was one in the box that didn't. Oh, let me show you what that would have looked like in a moment. Sequins, oh, yeah, but I haven't got sequins in front of me, Jane, and I have to use just things on my desk. So, but it would look really nice with sequins, you're right. Okay, let's pop that there. I might just trim that down a little bit though. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tiny bit long, that. Let me just take those tails off a little bit. Okay. And then let's pop that one away. Let me find that other piece that we had. So if you'd chosen to do a plain piece, then this would have looked nice over the top, like this. So I could have used those, but actually I love that rich raspberry one. Let's put this on its card base, pop those ones away. The other things that are on my desk at the moment are still some of the Christmas things. So I'm definitely going to do one with our Christmas paper from Saturday. Let's just fold that down. I'm going to pop this onto the front here. And you know, whenever I use scraps, I always say I feel like I've got a free card because all the bits are already there and I haven't had to do too much work. So there we are. I'm going to make another one though. So this was our basic layout that we had, and these are the sizes for the basic layout. This was just a little piece from last week that I was just showing you. I think this was from my Saturday video actually, that all you need really is a circle and an image. This is one using up some of our bits from last week. Now let's put those away and let's do a Christmassy themed one. Move those, and then I have, oops. Oh, it would, Jane, sorry, I've only just got this. You got some red bows, Janet? Yeah. You're going to make 100 of those cards now, aren't you? Let me show everybody which card you're going to make. Is it this one that you're going to make the 100 of? Here was the same card, just orientated differently, that we made at our Christmas class. But is this the one you're going to make? I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I thought it was. I'm so glad that you liked it enough to make your 100 cards with. Okay, now I want some paper out of here. Let me see. Not quite sure. I'm going to get the soft succulent card because that goes with this. So let's cut a piece down and do our card base first. We know it's going to go on the white. So let's cut that down and then I'll cut the paper. And this paper, it doesn't matter about orientation. So it doesn't matter which way I cut it, I'll be okay. Right, so my base, I need the first layer 5 1/4 by 4. Now let's cut this at 5 1/4. Keep that little scrap, and by 4. Okay, so there's our base. Now we need our designer series paper, and I'm definitely going to use this because it's such pretty paper on there. So, when do you have to start your cards, Janet? Your 100 cards? We all ought to do a it's some kind of a challenge ourselves to some kind of number of cards to make. Right, now let me just see, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the first slot, which is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. So I'm going to cut this down. That's plenty wide enough. So 1 3/8, 1 2 3/8. The computer's still telling me that my live video has ended. So I'm hoping still that we haven't. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lie it on top of here so that I know I've got all the right pieces cut. So there's one, and I'm going to cut this piece here, which is 2 5/8 by 2 1/4. So 2 and so there's 4/8, 5/8 by 2 1/4. It's going to go there. Okay, now let me just see, because on this paper it might look a little bit different. Yeah, just because it's that soft succulent and not this soft sea foam that I can see through. Let's pop that back up there. And let me find something that's going to go with that. Put the card away, we don't need that. I'm not sure if we have something apart from this holly in the soft sea foam. I don't really like that one with it though, and the others might be quite busy. Yeah. What shall we do? What shall we do? I know. Let's emboss a piece of card instead, because we've got an embossing folder, a winter one that has those little spruce leaves on. Let's see what that one's called. Do you know which one I mean? This wintry one. These narrow ones where you get like the spruce branch and the little snowflakes. Let's get that one and a piece of paper. Excuse me a second. I just reach over. Okay, so here's the wintry one. That's the snowflake. I don't want the snowflake. I'm going to use these. And you see how these are a little bit narrower? So they are for a narrower piece of paper or card. If you wanted it just made bigger, you can just do half at a time and then put your paper through again with this half on. I'm just going to pick up my big shot. I've only got the big one near me. Ordinarily, I would just use the smaller one. And to do, is this a 3D? Yeah, it's a 3D folder. It's one of the thicker ones. So for this, I need this combination, using with a 3D embossing folder. So I just need the base piece, my embossing folder, and the grey. That's this one. And then I need a little piece of cardstock. Let's pop this in. What's on the reverse side? On the reverse side of this, it's that really strong pattern. So I'm going to try it with a piece of embossed card. And if we don't like that, then I'll find another sheet of something. I don't think I'm short of DSP. Okay, let's pop that through. I don't know if this is enough or if I might need 2 pieces. Let's do another little scrap while I'm here. Oh, my computer just really turned off then. Just going to do another little scrap, just in case. This is the fun of crafting when you don't quite know what you're going to make. It's you don't know at the beginning what it's going to turn out like or what you need. So pop that there so you can see them, and then let's have a look what it looks like with a piece of embossed cardstock on. No one's ever short of designer series paper, Jane. And if they tell you that they are, I think they might be fibbing, or they've not been crafting in our rooms. Okay, so I'm going to cut it as though it was this second piece of designer series paper. So 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I might do the bigger piece first. Okay. In fact, this is the bigger piece, isn't it? 2 5/8. So I'm going to do that one first. I'm going to cut it at 2 5/8 all the way. And by 1 3/8. 1, 2, 3. So that would go down there. Oh no, it wouldn't, because that wouldn't fit. So why have I cut that there? Let's just see. It should fit. Why doesn't that fit? Let me just see what I've cut. I've cut this 1 3/8 by 2 1/4, and I've cut this one 2 5/8 by 2 1/4, and then this one I've cut it too short. So let's cut it again. So I need it to be 1 3/8. It goes across there. 2 5/8. Oh, I might not have cut it 2 5/8. No, I didn't. Okay. 2 5/8 by 1 3/8. 1, 2, 3. So, okay. Now, I need another piece, and we're just going to see if this piece, what a good job we chopped that as well. Just going to see if it works. So, is it 2 1/4? It certainly is. So, we're just going to make this into a 2 1/4 inch square. Now, don't forget, if you're cutting something that's embossed and you need it a certain size, sometimes you have to cut it after you've embossed, because if it's a heavy embossing like this, or a 3D one, sometimes it makes the paper almost shrink a little bit and it might not just fit. So I always emboss first and then cut. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Oh, I have to put them both the same way. Okay, what do you think? Let's see what we're going to put on it before we decide if we like that instead of a paper. So, one of those 2 Christmassy pieces. Do you know what? I might put it this way. Let's try it horizontally. I want the bottom of this to be on white, so I'm just going to change these round. Let's see. Let's change them around that way. Oh, now that's better because it isn't all mingling into there, and the little green leaves are on the embossed piece. Okay. So what you could also do, and we've got it with the 2 narrow pieces here, you certainly don't have to do that. You can, if this was a piece of paper not matching that, you could turn these round as well. Let's make them look different so that you can see. Like this. That's with the 2 narrow pieces. If these were different pieces of paper, it's difficult just because it's I've got the 2 white bits together. But you could make it like this as well. Right, let's go back to, I think I wanted the big white one at the bottom. And then this one. And then this one. And then this one. I'm going to glue those down. Okay. Oh, now Facebook is telling me the live video ended. Would I like to upload it? No, not yet, because we haven't really ended. So, I don't know what's going on. But as long as you can still see me. Let's put a little bit of glue on that edge there. this white one. This would look really nice with some heat embossed elements on as well. How about, I know we won't have time tonight, what is it, 6:36. I won't have time tonight, but how about if I make the video with heat embossing for Saturday? Let's just move that down a tiny bit, there we go. And let's do a heat embossed element on it, just to step it up a little bit more. Okay, now this one we could pop on there. If you wanted it still to go portrait, this one would look really nice. Let's turn it that way. That would look really nice too. What do you like best? Do you like the rectangle, or do you like the horizontal with this, whatever this shape is called? If you're still there, let me know. Shall we do it this way, or this way with this one? What do you think? What do you like best? Yeah, I'll do heat embossing for Saturday then, Jane. Now I just need to know which way we're going to do this. What do you think? Horizontal. Okay, so horizontal with this one. Thank you, Janet. Okay, let's fold a piece of cardstock over. There we go. Glue this one down. You could batch lot quite a lot of cards doing this, couldn't you? You know, if you wanted to batch make all the same card, not Janet's 100, I don't want to do that, but you could certainly quickly batch make these, and you don't need much cardstock, you don't really need much paper, you don't even have to use the thick white for the bases, you could use the thinner white. And I think this would be a nice one to make. Yeah, horizontal. Okay, Gail, I'm going with the horizontal. Let's use these last little bits of these up. I think I've still got some more on my desk, so let's throw that one away. Some other little bits here, look. Might as well pop these in as well. I love when I finish something off, and I finish, you know, like the end of the dimensionals, or the whole of the gems or rhinestones. Okay. And now, I would quite like a little bit of ribbon on there. I'm not going to stick it right down. I'm going to do some ribbon first. I don't have soft succulent ribbon, I don't think. So let me just have a look, see if I've got a blender. Okay, I don't have soft succulent ribbon, but I have the seam binding ribbon. Let's see what this looks like. Let's find seam binding ribbon, and that is on my desk, so it's not cheating. Let's find a little piece of paper. Let's find some scrap. Okay, here's a little piece of scrap. Let's see what it's like with some ribbon on. I've just got the simple seam binding. Just had a little glitch, but all good now. Okay, thanks, Jane. Okay. I don't know then if it's our internet that's playing up or what, because the weather's really nice. There's nothing bad happening out there. Okay, I'm just going to take my blender pen and just colour over the top. Just because I don't have the right colour ribbon. And this will automatically go through to the other side as well. And it dries super fast. I'm not even sure I'm going to use it, but it's the right colour and it would work. So let's see. Leave that a second or two. Let's get rid of that piece of paper and pop this one on. Oh, before I pop it on, let's see, are we going to use this on here? I know it's a bit long, and let's have a little look. What do you think? Do you think that would enhance it at all? Or maybe not? What could we do with that? I could make a little bow with it and put it on the edge here. Let's try that. Let's find a bow maker. Okay. Now, starting next week, I have to change the day of our Facebook Live because I've got a series of physio appointments I have to go to, and they're going to be on a Tuesday, and I won't be home in time. So let's stick that down. So what would work better for everybody? No, I'm going to put that off to the left. Would you prefer a Monday or a Wednesday evening? Still the same time I can do, but it's just I don't think I will. Diagonal under the sentiment. Oh, do you mean sort of like that? Just one layer? Because I can easily undo this bow. So you mean sort of underneath there, Jane? I'm not quite sure what you mean. See, I thought maybe just a little bow on here. But it doesn't stand out much, does it? I need a red one. Now, my friend Janet, I need a little red bow. And I think you've got some. Yeah, that colour doesn't really stand out at all, does it? I don't have any other colours on my desk. So let's go back. Double with tails. Okay, let me just undo this then. So the ribbon doubled over, but diagonally. Oh, come on. Let's undo you. So Amazon has loads. Yeah. I should get my sister back, shouldn't I? She made all our ribbons for us. I should get her to come back. Tell her I need another 100. Okay, so let's just straighten that out. So do you mean sort of underneath like this, Jane, with the tails at this end? Or underneath here? Did you mean that left to right? You don't know, it's just a thought. Well, I don't think that's dark enough for on there, but let me steal one for a minute off one of our Christmas cards that I was making. Let me just pinch this, because we could change that ribbon. We could make it this darker green, this evening evergreen. I don't know, what's that like? Oh, jumping off. Or let's just steal this red one off here. Left to right. Okay. Let me just try these little ribbons, and if not, then I'll take that off and we'll do left to right. Oh, I can't get this off now. I've stuck it on so well. Oh, there we are. A little red ribbon. The dark one, back to this dark green, just the little one on the side, like this. I shouldn't really steal them off other cards, but... So this one, Gail likes the red one, Janet likes the green one. Oh, I need somebody else. Laurie likes the red one. Okay, 2 votes for red, 1 for green. I'll leave it open another 30 seconds. So, red, green. While we're deciding, I'm going to put some little gems on. I've got my red and green adhesive ones that we were using at the weekend. So, let's just pop some on. Might just pop 2 here and sort of 1 down here or 1 up here or something. Let's try these red ones. No more answers yet. I think it's going to be red. But then I don't know if it's going to be little red dots here. No, I don't like that. Maybe. They look a bit pinky next to that red though. Oh, Jane said red. Okay. So it's going to be the red, and I'm going to put another glue dot on it. Let me find my glue dots. Shall I change the colour of these little pearls then? Because we've got the soft succulent, we've got gold, silver and the red. I'm just not sure about this little one over here. It looks a bit lost. Maybe. Let's pop them back on there. Maybe I just need a different colour. I thought red because it would pick up that red on the sentiment, but let's just see what the soft succulent's like. Oh, it's very difficult to see. It's nice on the white embossing though. Okay, Jane, I'll try gold. Same place, sort of 2 up here and 1 down here. Oh, look at that gold on there. I think you're right, Jane. I think the gold is really nice. How about if I put 1 up here in the white space and 2 over here? I haven't stuck those down really well yet. You like the gold? Oops. Yeah, I think I like the gold. I'm just not sure about the placement of them. Okay, oh, it's going to let me see comments. Let me just go back. Because I saw somebody replied about what day was best. Jane said Wednesday is best for her. Okay, so I will wait a little while. Gold, are gold going to work, Jane? Do I need to see them like this instead, like we have the others? They're not really stuck down, they're just placed on at the moment. Okay. I think I'm just going to leave them on here for now. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave those gold ones on. Okay, it doesn't matter which day for Janet. Okay, then I think we'll go with Wednesdays, because I do have a Monday class once a month, and that's at 6:30. So I think we'll go with Wednesdays then, just while I've got physio, and then we can revisit it and see what works. Hey, right, let's find all the ones we've done. So this is the horizontally Christmas one with the embossing and the design series paper and the things that we already had made. This is the one with, what's that paper called? Wonderful something. Wonderful World. And the little pieces that we had left over from last week. And then this is my original template. Let's pop that back in there. And although we're not really going to decorate that, this is just with a circle that we had left from last week and a little sentiment, to show you how easy it is to use that layout and just to put little bits and pieces on. You don't always need a lot of stuff, and these little tiny pieces of paper, no, that's just enough. And when you're using scraps and things, no, it makes a big difference because you're not throwing out lots of little pieces. I know some people will throw out even pieces this big, but when you think that's going to make at least one of these, no, one of the little pieces, you could have all 4 different as long as they coordinate in some way. You could make all your designer series paper different. That would work too. Okay, so on Saturday, oh thank you, I'm glad you like them, Jane. On Saturday I will make one and we will use heat embossing. So it will probably be a floral one and we'll colour it in. I might use watercolour crayons and we'll colour it in with watercolour crayons. Okay, so thank you for joining me. They do all look totally different, Laurie. They do. And it's just exactly the same layout. The only thing that changes are your colours and whichever designer series paper you've got on hand. Okay, I'm glad you like it. So, and seeing as I didn't really know what I was going to make, I think they came out really nice. And I'm going to keep my little box of everything that I had left because I bet you I could make another whole batch of cards with just these pieces, not have to stamp anything at all. Okay, ladies, thank you very, very much. Hi, Sue, nice to see you. I'm sorry I'm just saying goodbye. It's a really easy layout. Here are all the pieces that we used. On this one, the only thing I did different was I used a piece of embossed basic white. And you see, because I couldn't see a piece of designer series paper that went with that really well. Okay, so there are the pieces I've used. I will put more of the measurements and supplies on my craftsbythebow.blogspot.com as well. Okay, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you all again next week and it will be Wednesday, same time, so still 6 o'clock Mountain Time, but Wednesday evening. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.